Okay, so let's take the interview. Okay, I am the candidate now, and you are the interviewers. Yeah, let's start.
Yeah, nice to have you for the interview today.
Yeah,
So, why can't you just share about or tell about yourself
right,
briefly?
right. So I have total 10 years of experience, and this is my total years of IT experience. And in terms of ServiceNow, I have from last 5 years I have been with ServiceNow. Okay, and I started my career somewhere around Helsinki, and recently we migrated to San Diego. So, with respect to my roles and responsibilities, okay, maybe I can say 60% of my job is a core developer, and 40% of my job is a kind of lead. Okay, I lead a team of 5 people, and yeah, it is more than five. Okay, I can say two testers are also there. So we have 4 people, 4 developers, and 2 testers, and I am the person. So we are 7 people. So my day-to-day activities are like we support end to end. So my project starts like it's a complete development projects, okay? And also we also support BAU. BAU means business as usual. That comes under support project, okay? So as part
Okay,
of development, we receive every request from the entire organization. So everyone can come up and propose something. We will validate it and then develop it. And if we will also see whether it can be achievable or not. And we also administrate our platform. When we say administrate our platform, every activity is, every transaction is going in in the platform, we will be monitoring it. Okay, so this is the main roles and responsibility. Okay, as a lead. And when it comes to developers, my 60% of the work, okay, I do what are the required, what are the requirements comes to my queue, we will do it is irrespective of the irrespective of the modules and applications. Okay, so we support ITSM application, we support ITBM applications. Under ITBM, we implemented demand management, APM management, application portfolio management. Okay, and we configured so many catalog items. So we closely have 1,000 catalog items in our organization. And also for catalog items, we also do some workflows and automations. And this is pretty much. And I also do my Scrum Master. Like I'm a Scrum Master in my project. So as part of that, I will be designing stories. I will be assigning it, and I will be moving them as part of the last day of sprint. And I also will be monitoring them. So these are pretty much my roles and responsibilities. And when it comes to day-to-day activities, like we will be having a daily scrum stand-up meeting. So we will review the ongoing work, and we will be discussing what is the latest progress and latest status of the each story, and is there anyone got stuck anywhere? We will discuss there, and we will make it accelerated. Okay. So this is pretty much, and we will be also having weekly twice meetings, and every 14th day we will be having a large meeting for a release. So in that meeting, I will be moving all the updates to production after review the each story and documentation. So this is pretty much, and I also a team lead and reporting manager. All the 6 people will report to me.
fine.
This is
Okay,
pretty much of me. Yeah,
good. Thanks for the introduction.
right.
So, let me ask you in this way, as you have summarized your day-to-day activities and the roles and responsibilities, may I just ask you the recent complex scenario or any situation which you have come across, uh, which wasn't there in your previous project or in the last 5 years, and I would like to know what was the scenario and how did you resolve it?
We have implemented many things, small to large. When I say complex, there are so many complex related items we did. Maybe I can say we implemented predictive intelligence recently. Okay. Predictive intelligence is a new feature in ServiceNow platform where it is introduced from Madrid version. Madrid version they just introduced, and it got little shined and matured in coming like after Madrid versions. So we took it, and we can say our platform is the first platform who got a matured predictive intelligence because it was not tuned properly, and no one knows it to support. Even if we are able to, like, if whenever we got stuck, When we raise a case to ServiceNow, even ServiceNow people doesn't know how to fix that or how to suggest it. So
Mhm.
the predictive intelligent implementation, PI implementation, is one of the toughest one in our project scope, where we started everything and we implemented, we learned and we did it. That is one thing I can say. And agent workspace, which was came from last version, and which they are planning to replace agent workspace with service portal. So that also one of the huge implementation we did. So we given a new interface to the agents and customers, where instead of portal they can log into agent workspace and do their day-to-day activities. So not all traditional scripts will not work in agent workspace. Okay, so it have its own APIs and it have its own coding. So every UI action, every client script, every UI policy, everything we need to make sure like it will works in the new interface. Okay, so getting them work in agent workspace view is very difficult, and even ServiceNow didn't provide a right documentation to support the APIs. So we converted all our UI policies, all our actions, all our image to the agent workspace, and we were able to manage to give the best quality product to the agents and users. So those two are our maybe I can say those two are few complex things we implemented. Okay, and coming to general developments, there are many. Okay, each development have its own complexity. Until it works, until we get a sign off from customer, it will be tough only. So we need to give our best, and sometimes if it gets stuck, we will be using try cache and logging, and we will be saving all the R&D, and then we will make it work. So I can't say one example, but every release maybe we'll at least see one scenario where we feel like complex, and it's not a complex to stop, but we will be analyzing, we will be discussing with the team, we will be getting more support from other colleagues, community, and sometimes we will also raise case to ServiceNow for support. So I can't say there is nothing complex or nothing easy. Okay, we will be starting our work, and until it works, we have to try for it.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that answer. As you have touched upon the different releases of ServiceNow, may I just ask you, like, what is the differences that you have noticed or observed from the previous Highlandsky version to this San Diego version?
Right. So Helsinki was pretty old, and San Diego is very latest one. So that the question also gives the trend of ServiceNow, like how ServiceNow is acquiring the business of cloud. So when we see Helsinki, that time there are like it's a plain platform where it supports the limited applications, like mainly ITSM and HRSM and all. But trending to new versions of ServiceNow, like Service Portal introduced, Agent Workspace introduced, okay, Live Chat introduced, okay, Virtual Agent introduced, okay, and Predictive Intelligence. So everything, the platform is trending to automation side. And also, if you see Helsinki side, that time there was something introduced like integration, no, not orchestration. So from workflows, we can do automation so that the ServiceNow platform will connect to some other platforms and do the automations. Like I want to create a user in AD. So from workflow, you can trigger AD creation using PowerShell script, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now later releases, it was tuned very much, and now it is like completely like integration hub released. Okay, in the integration hub also they made something called inbound, like no, not inbound, but e-bonding integration. So between platforms, the platforms can be connected using e-bonding, so that any platform can connect to ServiceNow, and we can do our operations from ServiceNow to that other platform. So with respect to this integration, automation, and like more automation side, like predictive intelligence, virtual agent, so self-service, we call it as self-service, right? So this
Yeah.
context way, this platform is more matured and tuned, and also they are introduced more secured process. Like earlier, it was like basic authentication. Now OAuth came, OAuth 2 came, so it gives more protection to the platform also. Yeah, so there is not one and two, but there are plenty of changes came from Helsinki to San Diego, and it is increasing also. So yeah, that is pretty much I can say.
Fine. Okay. Thanks for that. So, I mean, have you worked on the flow designer, which you have
No,
mentioned?
I didn't work on Flow Designer,
Flow
but
designer,
I'm I can rate myself out 9 out of 10 in workflows. Yeah.
workflows. Okay,
So
gotcha.
the workflow Flow Designer is the next version of workflows. So
Workflow.
what ServiceNow is planning is like they want to decommission the workflow concept and introduce Flow Designer. So I think I can manage it because the same concepts we need to take the same requirement and then implement in the Flow Designer. But I worked on it, but Flow Designer is not like as simple as workflow because if we get stuck or if we get some error in the Flow Designer, it is difficult to troubleshoot and maintain it. So we implemented few few requirements, but we didn't see that much comfortable because workflow can be tracked easily. In each RATM level, show workflow will give you the clear
Yes.
picture of workflow, but Flow Designer it won't show the proper things. Yeah,
Okay. Good. So with your answers, I could uh, presume that you would have a very good knowledge on flow designer as well. So moving on to the next question, can you tell me the difference between client scripts and business rules?
right. So they are completely independent and two different entities. So here we have client side means browser side. We can simply say a form. A form is a entity where user can see. So if you want to implement some logic, you write client script. But business rule is something like database activity, server side. So let's take one simple example. I want to do a field validation. I have two date fields. Okay, start date
Yeah.
and end date. I want to take the difference of them. Okay,
Hmm.
as as the fields are under farm level and I want to do my validation when I am in farm, so I can go for client script. So I will get the values of two fields, get value of one field, get value of second field, and then I will do a small comparison operation, and then I will do whatever I want to do. Okay, everything whatever I kept the logic, I will do in client side activities. So client script will be used for that. Okay, based on your exact requirement, you also take the type of client script. It could be on change, load, submit, and on cell edit. But business rule is something very different where you directly do operations on server data. You don't see anything, but you do operations directly on server side database. So let's say you give me one scenario. Okay, uh, I want to uh, close the incidents which are not touched from last 6 months. Okay, in
Yeah.
incident
Okay.
table we have so many 1 lakh incidents. Okay, under those 1 lakh incident we are doing some cleanup activity. Okay, so if any
Hmm.
incident is not updated from last 6 months means it is orphan incident. No one are caring about it. So we can take a call to close
Yeah.
them. So for this requirement,
Fine.
what I do is I'll write a background script or a business rule. So script is same, but business rule it cannot be business rule, but it could be a background script. So I can directly implement a script and execute it, and then the database will be updated, right? So these kind of server side activities I can go for the business rule. Yeah.
Good. Thanks for that. In your experiences, if I just ask you, is service now about coding, or it's more of a low code environment? What is your take on
It's a mix actually. So ServiceNow can be taken as customizations and configurations. Okay. When you say customization, so without coding, you do activities. So best example is UI policy. Okay, I
that? Yeah.
can build a logic, so same logic, right? So I can build a condition based one without any one line of code. That is like a customization. But configuration, like you do some development, you do with along with some configuration and customization. So the answer is like partially yes, partially no. 50% coding, 50% non-coding. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Thank you. And apart from the ITSM module, have you come across any other modules and implemented that in your projects?
Yes, along with traditional ITSM and catalogs, I also implemented demand, IDEA, HRSM, APM, and predictive intelligence and virtual agent. Okay, and we also did some integration with IDM, SCCM integration, and I also had some data loads from CMDB side, which is coming from service SCCM manage engine and Yeah, I did couple of things which are not related to ITSM at all, but yes.
Okay. The next question is, what do you think about the email templates?
Email templates with respect to what context? What is the question?
Notifications.
Notification. You want to know the
Yeah.
notification, right? So,
Yeah.
right. So, what is the exact question about notification? Do I need to explain
Do
everything?
you
Like,
use email templates in your notification, or you create your own notifications?
email template is one of the entity in the notification. So, if you want to format your content, how you want to see, then you use a email template and then make use of email template to call in notification, right? Instead of setting a plain text, I want to make some cosmetic changes like coloring, bordering, tabling, okay, font size, font limits. So those things and all can be controlled in email template. It's a part of notification.
Yeah.
Any other
So
questions, please?
that's it from my end. Any other panelists?
I think we have so many panelists here.
Yes. Others can also throw in your questions.
What are your recent implementations that you have developed?
As I said, I recently implemented a predictive intelligent agent workspace, and our project is continuous BI project. So we have a standard image, ITSM image. So as part of that ITSM image, we will be receiving so many enhancements with respect to incident, with respect to problem, with respect to change. And also we have around 1,000 catalog items we already built. So every release we will be having some one or two new or modification request of existing catalog items. So if you ask me the recent implementation, it's a mix, it's a continuous process. I can say it's not a single entity, but it's a continuous process. We will be supporting all kinds of works. Yeah. Any other questions, please? Am I selected? Any other questions?
Can we ask something related to the financials also?
Finances? No, I didn't get the question.
About the financials, considering your experience and the wide spectrum of things that you know, what's the compensation that can be paid to you?
Right now my package is 32.5 and I am expecting around 30% of hike.
Thank you. We will get back to you on this. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and it's a nice speaking with you. And shall I ask few questions if you don't mind?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So what could be my roles and what could be the expectation on me in my new company if I get selected? And do I need to learn anything during these 2 months of time to tune myself to your requirement?
We are looking for more as a solution architect. It's similar to the role that you already perform in your organization.
Yeah.
Even here, we expect you to lead a team of 5 to 10 members with a mixture of developers and testers. So I could see like you're more than fitting into this role that we are hiring for.
Right. Glad to hear it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the answer. And yeah, it's nice speaking with you and have a great day, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.